go over down to the FCS playoffs where NDSU took care of Samford 27-9 on Friday night. Samford had a really good game plan. They actually did a really good job of limiting NDSU's rushing attack. Only held them. NDSU actually threw the ball for more yards than they ran the ball for. Cam Miller talked about it in the post-game presser that he would watch 3 hours of tape on Samford a day, and when they came out to the game, it was a completely different, nothing that he has seen from them all year. So credit to the Samford coaches, which is a really good coaching staff they have down there, and to get those guys ready. And it was NDSU. They right away they moved the ball fairly well, and then they would kind of fall behind on first and second down. They take a sack, have some penalties, kind of some of the stuff that plagued them earlier in the year. But the defense played big. We talked about it earlier in the year or last week's podcast of keeping the playing good complementary football, winning on first and second down, and for the most part they did that. NDSU had a time of possession 40-20, but it was just kind of a very grinded out workmanlike type game. It was only going to be 7-0 at halftime, and NDSU had a Hail Mary, and a Samford defensive back came and just decided to try and take Zach Mathis's head off as he was running down to go catch a Hail Mary, which put NDSU into field goal position, and they were able to get a field goal right before half, go up 10-0, score out of the break, got up 17-0, and NDSU just kind of coasted from there. The running game, those big runs that we talked about that we thought they were going to be able to get, they didn't happen right away, but they kept sticking with the run, and those big runs, those 3-4 yard gains that you had in the first half, they slowly turned into the 10-15 yard runs, which sometimes that's what you're going to have to do. And I think NDSU, they showed good patience. They didn't panic and completely abandon the run. And when you are able to possess the ball for 40 minutes, eventually it's going to wear down on any defense. And Samford's defense wasn't good to begin with. So overall, just the way that the game turned out, it was a good 27-9 win again over Samford, and they are back home on Friday again, which we'll get into later in the podcast. But overall, a good 27-9 win in the playoffs. And December football, that's all what matters, is just win, baby.
Well, again, there's no style points in football. As long as I score more points than my opponents, hey, let's go on to the next week, and let's do this thing. But like you said, Dylan, it sounds like a very NDSU-esque win. Or it'll be close-ish at halftime, but eventually we're just gonna body blow, and then we're gonna take your head off. With this running game, and they'd have it no other way. So, and then how great is it that there gets to be another game at the Fargo Dome this year? These seniors get to go off with one last semifinal. And is it the classic Friday night game, or is it?
It is.
Okay.